Adam22 calls out Joe Budden for being scared of Cardi B and not releasing his Tasha K interview. I have been hearing rumblings about Cardi B feeling away about Joe Budden because Joe Budden has, I guess, been being shady towards her or certain things like that. Let's hear it.
Man, I got the podcast game on my back right now. Joe Budden had Tasha K come all the way out to Jersey and do a multiple-hour interview. She was happy about it when I seen her, and he's not dropping it. He's scared to death of Cardi B. He's scared to death of Offset. He don't want to have another run-in in the mall with the QC goons like he did. Remember, Everyday Struggle was actually really entertaining before QC told him that he wasn't allowed to talk about their artists anymore. And that's when you saw him really simmer down, brought the temperature down a whole lot. But, I mean, if you're Tasha K and you went all the way to Jersey to do an interview that when I talked to her, she was real happy about the interview. Mm-hmm. And he's not dropping it because he's scared of Cardi B. Like, what kind of shit is that? That's not why I got in the podcast game. I didn't get in the podcast game to be running around acting like a hoe. Ho Budden, you acting like a hoe. And nobody respects it. Your fans are losing interest because you're not keeping it real. Man,
that's not the low one. Man.
Now, more than ever, it's important that we support real, independent media.
He's talking his shit.
Because as you can see, even a podcast like the Joe Budden podcast, which for a time was a symbol of independent hip-hop media, it has been co-opted by the deep state, Cardi B and Offset, the deep state. And, you know, there's no coming back from that. For me, it's kind of disappointing, you know? Not only is this guy like setting his hosts up against each other and trying to create all this internal drama, basically copying No Jumper, but now he's scared to drop like real legitimate interviews with powerful creators.
At least he ain't being hypocritical.
Man, that's a sad situation. I don't even know what to say about it. The great have fallen.
Not that your narrative.
Hey, listen, I made like 5 videos talking about how this new structure of the Joe Budden podcast is looking, you know, like he's trying to, you know, emulate
East Coast No Jumper.
The old No Jumper, right? Okay. You feel me? Right? Listen, like Joe Budden has even said, yes, that it's like my job to create false narratives that's entertaining for y'all to go back and forth.
He does say that on camera. He said that multiple times.
He said that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Why would anybody watch him after that point for real knowledge or real information? After a nigga say some shit like that.
Adam call him a hoe.
Because it's entertainment.
I know, I'm just saying, like, if you're watching it for entertainment, I can't be mad at that.
I'm not going there for my news.
How could you come here for actual, you know what I'm saying?
I don't go to Joe Budden podcast for the news. I go to watch just the dynamic. You get what I'm saying? I go to watch them bully Melissa Ford.
Yo, that's
I stopped watching when he couldn't decide whether he was gay or not.
Yeah, he is in and out with that.
That's nuts.
He's
Wait,
like,
what?
some days he says
Joe Budden say he's gay?
Yeah, some days he'll be gay and then some days he's not.
I knew I didn't fuck with this nigga for a reason.
Well, he said bi though, like he didn't say gay. Yeah,
it's not a such thing as a bi man, bro.
Yeah,
you can't unsuck a dick.
Bro,
once a nigga play with your butt,
a dick.
that's just what you want.
He'll say he's joking. He'll be like, okay,
I
was joking yesterday. He'll come in the next day and be like, I was joking. I have a girl. I'll just be playing with you guys. False narrative.
That's when he lost me.
I like Queen's Flip.
Niggas be cap.
I like that Queen's Flip is on there, so I do still watch.
Oh well, hey, guess what? Like I just seen like Queen's Flip live stream, and he won't be there for too long, man. You feel me? Right? Like Queen's Flip.
Oh, he about to,
who's that? I can't even see who's that.
He about to dip.
Well, look, Russell, look, and he's talking about though. Hey, listen, man, you know, like the contract, you know, like we still, you know, like I don't know, like what my future gonna be. The negotiations ain't going right. So like, so he about to lose another one.
Well, listen, Queen's Flip is one of the reasons why I still watch the show. To be honest,
hey, Flip,
he comes in there loud. He pulls the pranks on them and all that shit. He talks his shit. He's very physical with everybody. Like he has to dap up everybody every time he makes a joke. I think that's hilarious. So shout out to Queen's Flip. As far as what Adam is saying though, in regards to him canceling and not putting out the Tasha K interview in favor of Cardi, fuck that. I wouldn't have did that.
Of course,
Big Adam, not the little one.
Yeah, I don't care what.
He said Joe Budden a hoe.
Yeah, that was crazy. Hoe ass, you gotta move like a hoe ass nigga.
Bro, listen, you understand how just shameful and embarrassing it is, right? To again have another black media host, right? Come on your platform, sit down for a 3-hour interview, and you was all on board with the interview, laughing after the interview. You know, it was all good. And then when a Hispanic woman and Cardi B come out and say, "Hey, I don't like that you interview her," now you my you shit. I don't know about this interview. Listen.
That is crazy.
Right?
Joe is trying to change the narrative that he's a Cardi hater, and by putting out an interview with one of her rivals, I guess that would support that idea. But still, you got to keep it professional. If you shot the interview, put it out.
Being a good podcaster is asking the hard questions.
Of course.
Is getting down where nobody else would go.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And what Joe
And
Budden
removing
gotta
the bias.
realize too, nigga, you been a hating ass nigga your whole life. You can't ever take away any connotations with Joe Budden and hating ass nigga in the same sentence. You can never change this sentiment. It don't matter what you do, nigga.
But Suspect,
we always gonna think you's a hating ass
the
nigga.
Suspect, he did kind of pave the way for your lane as far as being a rapper that transitioned into media. He was the first to
That
do it.
nigga was trash though.
Getting a job
He was
at Hot 97. He was the first rapper to have a radio show job, then to do a podcast.
I feel like
paved the
radio
way,
and
man.
pod.
Who?
I consider radio and pod a little different, but you're right. You're right.
No, he had a show in the 2000s on Hot 97.
You're right.
Then he did his own
Wait, though.
podcast. I forgot the name of it. Then it became the Joe Budden podcast.
Joe Budden was a retired rapper. AD was the first active rapper.
He was retired.
Joe Budden was
I'm
not.
being real.
Joe Budden was not retired when he was on Everyday
You
Struggle.
should have been, nigga.
Nah, I agree.
You
'Cause
fucking
Joe
shoulda
Budden
been.
music is weak to me. I don't
When
like
was
his
the
music.
last Joe Budden project?
But he was in Slaughterhouse and then he was signed to E1.
I know he was in Slaughterhouse.
He was signed to E1,
what's
putting out
the
independent
last?
projects.
What's the last Joe Budden project?
He won't love and hip
I'm
hop.
hip to Slaughterhouse. I know.
Right.
He was on Love and
Yeah,
Hip Hop.
well, no. So like,
No, Joe Budden was doing the rapper and media thing at the same time.
I didn't know.
Anybody on the West Coast was doing it. I'll give him
his
that.
last project was with Slaughterhouse, right? Like with 20 what?
No, he put out his own independent projects. He had signed a deal with E1, I remember.
His last project was 2016.
Yep, and he was on Everyday
Yeah,
Struggle.
wait. Was that like the last what?
It's his Rage and the Machine.
yeah.
It's his
Oh,
eighth
yeah,
and
yeah,
final.
Came out independently.
2016. That shit was butt.
Nah.
We don't
Rage the
count
Machine though.
We're not
definitely
counting
hard.
That shit's butt.
Yeah.
I don't.
So he
Joe
was
Budden
doing
can't rap to
doing
me.
media before 2016 is what I'm saying. So he was putting out music and doing media.
Yeah, but here, right? But the Tasha K, right?
Yeah.
She has her flaws.
For sure.
But the one thing that we can say about Tasha K, man, is when it comes to sticking up for
not
black
credible.
men on her show,
not
she's
credible.
always on code. You feel me? She's always on code. She's always riding. So for Joe Budden to do that black woman like that, bruh, for Cardi B,
Right.
I can respect a nigga for that, man.
I agree it's wrong. If you shoot the interview, put it out. Definitely.
And don't waste my time. Don't have me coming up there knowing damn well.
Flying to the East Coast.
Jersey.
Shit, you play too fucking much.
Yeah, that had me
That's
out.
what you
But
said.
did she get paid for the interview? That's what she
Nah.
next
As
time
As long as she
charge
got a
for the
bag or
interview.
something.
Next time charge
for
for the interview.
That way, either way, you still
Yeah,
got
either
your
way
money.
you would have got your money.
Okay.
Bruh.
Yeah, she'll learn that lesson in. That's cool.
Bruh, listen, right? Like, she gave Joe Budden, like, such an exclusive, and she, like, was so loyal to his exclusive that even here, like, like, she was, like, holding back, like, on certain things. Like, she's like, hey, listen, I did the podcast with Joe. That's Joe's exclusive to like, put out. And for Joe, listen, man, for
not put
Joe
out,
to
she
do her
could've-
like that,
she
man,
could've
that's
said it at
crazy,
beer.
man.
She could've
Showing
said those
loyalty
things.
to the wrong
Let me
people.
say this real quick, though, before we move off the Tasha K topic. Do you feel like she's officially blackballed?
I
Tasha
think
K?
damn near. Well, maybe
all blackballed,
Maybe not.
Oh, remember
maybe,
we had that
The
conversation
gatekeep
about
conversation.
gatekeeping
Yeah.
a little earlier.
Maybe not like her platform overall, but I think her credibility definitely took a huge hit. So I think that could stop her from a lot of shit. Cause getting sued and losing for lying,
For defamation.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying, for lying, that's
But that's not going to stop people from clicking on the page.
that's what I'm not
But
saying.
they're
Not
not
her.
going to take her word for
Yeah,
nothing. I
not
get what you're
her
saying.
her whole platform. You know what I'm saying? She should be fine. People love messy lies shit. You know what I'm saying? Wendy Williams had a TV show for damn near 40 years.
Yeah, but there would be some validity to the shit that Wendy Williams used to say. That's why I appreciate about Wendy and Miss Jones and those type of people. They had like some validity to what they say. They put their little extra
Yeah,
shit
this
on it
bitches
too.
be lying.
But nowadays, these media blogs will come
This
up with
bitches
some
be
shit.
lying.
So and so got married over the weekend.
It's
They don't
crazy
even know
though,
each
right?
other. Like,
Right? No, listen, right? So look, if you read like her lawsuit, like she didn't lie. Like for example, right? So look. So she brought on this like ex like stripper, right?
Yeah.
Who said Cardi B had herpes, right? And like all type of shit, right?
Damn.
Cool, right? So look, boom. They can't do shit with like somebody else saying that, right? So they pulled up Tasha K damn near just ranting, filming, being mad, and roasting Cardi B after Cardi B came for her and said, look, see here, right? Like she called me herpes having ass bitch, blah, blah, blah. Bro, that's just her roasting, right? Like the official reports is...
I think that's the way he's saying it. I don't think that's how it happened.
Yes, right? Yeah, right.
Because publicating it and just ranting is different.
No.
Did she write an article saying
feel me?
it, or is there an official statement?
No.
Here, right.
So look.
And that's a question, like, because I don't know.
Two things, right? It was a full-on interview, right, where, like, the chick came on and said Cardi B had herpes, right? Mm-hmm. So they said, okay, you brought on her, and now, like, you're doing, like, a 30, 40-minute rant saying, like, she got herpes and fucked the blah, right? So now it's kind of like, okay, there's like...
it ties in with the journalism.
Yeah, right, feel me? Right, like...
from the interview.
Yeah, right, feel me? Right, like, there's a pattern here now. Mm-hmm. But, bro, like, we all know, bro, like, she was just mad and ranting. You feel me?
If you take the interview out of it and she had just been sitting there live saying that, it might not be a real case.
Yeah.
It might have got thrown out.
But
or
once you do the
something.
interview, you still publicated that.
You added some substance.
It wasn't
to
live.
Yeah.
You edited that shit and dropped it.
And then Cardi B pressed her to pay her.
Right, yeah, she want her money. Supposedly, she hiding money in Africa. That's what they say. Like, she hiding her money. I don't blame her. Shit.
I don't blame her either.
Gave me
Pulled a
some
Dave
of the
Chappelle.
shit.